Alright, ladies and gentlemen, y'all might want to buckle down because this gonna be a long one. Hello everyone, welcome back to another Crosslight video. And in today's video, the reason it's so long is because for the first time ever in the Pokemon vs. Pokemon series, we will have a three-way battle, a Battle Royale of sorts, between Primal Groudon, Primal Kygore, and Mega Rayquaza. I hope you all enjoy this, because I didn't enjoy making it, I'll tell you that much. Just kidding, it was alright making. Anyways, let's get right to it. So as you guys can see on your lovely screens, this is the scoring sheet that we will be using for today's video. It has not been changed at all, so you can pause the video if you want to read it or whatever it is, and you can ask any questions that you have about it in the comment section and I'll answer it. Anyways, with that being said, let's get right into the in-battle category. So to explain things really quickly, the first part of the in-battle category is your traditional battling, turn-based system. Having said that, let's get right into it. So when I decided to do this, I decided to make it so that way it's a 1v1 but in different matchups, so to speak. So each Pokemon in this trio will actually battle each other in 1v1 matchups. So that is how I decided to go about doing things, because there is no way for me to realistically compare how strong each one is, like in a true battle royale style, because that's just really hard to theorize. Like there's so many things that can go wrong with that, or right, depending on who's doing what. So having said that, we have our first matchup, and this one is by far the easiest. Primal Groudon versus Primal Kygore. So I would go over the stats like I usually do, but for the sake of this video and for the sake of your guys' time, I'm going to save you just a whole bunch of time by saying that Primal Kygore wins, just straight up. Because in many cases, what ends up happening is, even though Primal Groudon is actually faster than Primal Kygore, Primal Groudon doesn't do any damage. And when Primal Kyogre goes, it will always one-shot with Origin Pulse, or its signature move. The only time it doesn't one-shot is when it misses. And Primal Kyogre's accuracy rate for Origin Pulse, or whatever it's called again, is 85%. So this one is an easy 5-0 in favor of Primal Kygore. Also, on the side, I know I wouldn't explain this, but I am anyways. Regular Groudon actually stands a better chance versus Primal Kygore because of the fact that Primal Groudon, when it's in its primal form, gains the fire type, which makes it 4 times weaker to water instead of the regular 2 times weaker than water. Because of this, it is an easy 5-0 in favor of Kyogre. Moving along to the next matchup, we have Primal Groudon versus Mega Rayquaza. So I'm not gonna lie, I kind of feel bad for Primal Groudon here, because basically, its only hope is to use Stone Edge in an attempt to one-shot Mega Rayquaza, which, by the way, Stone Edge only has 18% chance of actually one-shotting. If it fails, Groudon just gets 2-shot. I low-key want to give Groudon a pity point here, since it does put up a small fight, but in Groudon's defense, Rayquaza is just such a strong Pokemon that it basically broke competitive battling for a very, very long time. And because of all this, because of the fact that Stone Edge does give it a chance, albeit a 1 in 5 chance, I will give it 1 of 5 points, meaning that Rayquaza gets 4 points and Groudon gets 1 point. Wow, we're speed running through this. So now we have the final matchup, which is Primal Kygore versus Mega Rayquaza. So this match up is just, it's very, very back and forth. But to keep things short, Kyogre does get the upper hand ever so slightly. So Mega Rayquaza does have a chance to one-shot Primal Kygore, but the thing is, it's only a 25% chance that happens. Once Primal Kyogre gets the go, it knows Ice-type moves, so it will one-shot Mega Rayquaza very easily. Using other builds though, Mega Rayquaza will have enough damage to one-shot Primal Kygore before Primal Kygore can even attack once. So basically it all comes down to chance. As in, what Rayquaza build are you going? and what moves does each build know. And that's pretty much it. It's all a just randomized chance, or it could just be whatever fits your playstyle. It all depends. There's so much things that can just go up in the air that all depend on factors outside of the battling system, that I decided to give both Pokemon, in this case, 2.5 points each, because they can easily one-shot one or the other way. But there are so many outside factors outside of the Pokemon themselves that swing this matchup in favor of one or the other. So that's why they both get the even 2.5 points. Moving on to the strength and lore category. So this goes without saying, all three Pokemon are extremely powerful. Groudon and Kyogre can consume the earth in their own ways, albeit one drowns the earth and the other one dries the earth, to very much the extremes. And Rayquaza can control the weather. So things get really interesting here, because in a vacuum, Rayquaza is not that powerful. And what I mean when I say in a vacuum, I mean by itself. Rayquaza isn't that strong because all it does is just clear the weather. Like if it was Rayquaza versus Arceus, clearing the weather doesn't exactly do anything, right? But at the same time, it also defeated Deoxys and destroyed a meteorite and saved the Earth in the Delta episode of Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. And Mega Rayquaza, or even regular Rayquaza, does get points back for the fact that in the original Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald games, Rayquaza does overpower all of its competition being Groudon and Kyogre. Speaking of which, Groudon and Kyogre are really similar. You just basically swap in ground or water depending on which one you're talking about, and they do essentially the same thing in their lore. And against each other, Groudon and Kyogre are basically neck and neck in terms of lore, not in terms of typing. In typing, it's pretty obvious who wins. But in lore, you can either drown the land or you can over dry it, making it a global desert. Either way, they do the same thing. But while they can do this on a global scale, meaning they can cause global destruction, they both share one weakness, and that is Rayquaza. Why? Because both of them depend on weather to really do anything. Groudon makes every day like the hottest day ever, and Kyogre makes every day the rainiest day ever. So what counters that? Well, if you have a Pokemon that can clear the weather, then technically you lose, right? So, having said that, the point spread is going to go as follows. Groudon and Kyogre get 2.5 points each because of their individual power. But Rayquaza will get 3 points because while it is less powerful by itself, it is stronger than both Groudon and Kyogre in this specific matchup. And on top of that, destroys a meteor and defeats Deoxys in the Delta episode. So Rayquaza will get 3 points, Groudon and Kyogre get 2.5 points each. I hope that you guys are still watching. I hope I haven't bored you yet. And please just bear with me. If you want to see the conclusion, we're almost there. Having said that, we are now moving on to the design category. So each and every single Pokemon has phenomenal designs. You can always go back and forth on which one of the three has the better overall design. But to simplify things and to keep this video within reasonable length, I will give all three the full 3 points. And I know most people say, Rayquaza has the best design, and I can go on all day about how good each of their designs are in terms of overall design, color scheme, theme, etc. But again, to keep things short, I will give all three the full 3. And the reason why I say this is because even though, yes, Rayquaza does have the more popular Pokemon and the more popular design, I am judging each of the Pokemon specifically on their individual designs while not comparing them to each other's designs. So I'm trying to take a more objective stance to things. I'm trying to take the favoritism away from Rayquaza. Having said that, though, we are now going to move on to the shiny category. So I know I just said I would take the favoritism away from Rayquaza, but the reason why I am giving a favorable scoring here to Rayquaza is because of the shiny forms. Now the shiny forms, all 3 of them turn into having a black and goldish color scheme. And while I am a fan of black shinies, I just think that Rayquaza wears those colors better. I think that while the overall black theme works for Rayquaza, also because its original form is also black in its shiny form, I guess, Groudon and Kyogre lose their identity of their types. To me, black can go and be described as a dragon type color, right? But it can't really be used that well to explain the fire, ground, or water type Pokemon that Primal Groudon and Primal Kygore are. They both lose the golden color and the purple color that made their shinies look so cool in the first place, and instead they collapse into the black, hype train, or the black bandwagon, or white bandwagon. White shinies are dope too, black and white, they're the same, they're equal. And because of this, I will only give Groudon and Kyogre 1 point each, and Rayquaza gets 2, simply because the black theme just doesn't work for the overall designs of Groudon and Kyogre. Having said that, we are now going to move on finally to the summary. So in summary, this one was a bit of a new project. I wasn't quite sure how this video was going to go, so I hope that you guys enjoyed every minute of it as I enjoyed making it. Because I kind of enjoyed making it, but I kind of didn't. But alas, the final score is in last place, or third place, taking home the copper medal. We have Groudon with only 7.5 points. Taking home the silver medal, and this was a tight one, ladies and gentlemen, we have Kyogre with 14 points. And bringing home the gold medal is Rayquaza with 15 points. So, Kyogre had a really strong grip in the battle category, winning out against both legendaries. But it slowly starts to lose its lead in terms of design, because Rayquaza just has the advantage in design, and using its design and things like that in the shiny, it really did steal the victory away from Kyogre. And I think that this is fittingly so, because Rayquaza was supposed to be the strongest of the three, and it proves true here. Having said that, Groudon, on the other hand, just never found its footing, because it was weak to both Rayquaza and Kyogre, especially Kyogre. Like, Groudon and Kyogre usually are seen as equals, but if you were to get them and have them battle against each other in the games, whoever has Kyogre wins. It's so hard for Groudon to pull a victory. It relies purely on luck, which didn't play out in its favor, because it has a 15% chance of winning is basically all it comes down to, which isn't that great in my opinion. So, having said that, you guys, the final score is basically Rayquaza taking home first place. Yay! I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, finding out who actually is the stronger legendary. Or not necessarily stronger, but the better legendary of the three. I do want to do something like this in the future, where it isn't just a bunch of 1v1 matchups. And I do want to do something that includes like a 2v2 or whatever it may be. But I don't know. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on this video. Let me know what you guys want to see in future videos in the comment section below. What did you guys think of this matchup? Did you think that Rayquaza should have won? Which I'm guessing most people would say yes. Why did you think that, Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. How do you think Groudon did in this video? I want to know what your thoughts are. As well as, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. It'll help my video do well with the algorithm. And subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this. And, seeing as this is the end screen, maybe check out some of these other videos. They might be of some interest to you guys. Having said that, I'm done talking now. Cruzlite out. Peace.